Today we are taking a look at a new tiny on-camera microphone from Sony that was released in June 2022. Welcome to In Audio. On this channel we talk a lot about audio for video. We do audio gear reviews like this one today and do tips and tricks videos about dialogue or even ambience recording. So if you are new here, and believe me you are, as this channel is brand new, consider subscribing and help me growing, being one of my first subscribers. The Sony ECM-B10 is a new on-camera shotgun microphone from Sony that has one major downside. It will set you back with around 270 euros or $250. So let's preferably talk about the good things about it. Have you ever been upset about cables wobbling around your camera? This time is over. The ECM-B10 is a microphone that gets its power and communicates with the newer Sony camera lineup like the a7S III or the a7 IV digitally, or with older ones analog over the multi-interface shoe, and therefore does not have to be plugged into the 3.5mm microphone jack. That makes it much easier to operate, as you almost can't get anything wrong with this mic in automatic mode. You even don't have to charge it or dial into your audio settings. The microphone can change its polar pattern, which means you can either use it as a directional microphone with a supercardioid polar pattern if you either film yourself or someone in front of the camera. The supercardioid polar pattern rejects audio from the side or from behind and will just focus on your or your talent's voice. This is the Sony ECM-B10 in the supercardioid polar pattern, around an arm length away from in front. Now we are on the left side. And now you hear the off-axis rejection of the mic from behind. Now we are on the right side, and now we are back in the front. The cardioid polar pattern is awesome for recording music or ambience in front of the microphone, or can be used if maybe 2 or 3 people are talking in front of the camera, as it is less directional. A cardioid polar pattern still rejects sound from behind the microphone, but not as much from the sides. What's actually really cool is that you can change the polar pattern to omnidirectional, which makes the microphone recording audio from all around the camera. That's especially useful if you are operating the camera and also speaking into the microphone from behind. Maybe showing the surroundings in your travel vlog. Now you hear the ECM-B10 in omnidirectional mode from in front. I turn the microphone with the camera to the side. Now you hear it from back. And now on the other side. And you already recognize that it's now in an omnidirectional polar pattern, which is much easier to hear from behind. Next to the polar patterns, you can also add a low-cut filter, which cuts low-frequency rumbles, for example, of a running fridge or air condition in the room, or you can add a noise cancellation filter. Be careful while using the last one, as it can cause unwanted audio artifacts in your recording. I personally would probably prefer noise cancellations in post over that one directly in the microphone. But it's an awesome option for further streamlining your workflow. The last tiny switch is a 10 and 20 attenuation pad, which lowers the audio levels that's transferred to the camera by 10 or 20 decibels. You would use that for recording very loud sound sources. You actually hear the ECM-B10 already since the beginning of this episode, and we will some kind of unfair compare it now to a Rode Video Micro, also on camera. So this is now the Rode Video Micro, also on camera, about an arm length away. Actually, a pretty unfair comparison with around 210 euros price difference. But as the Rode Video Micro is a very common vlogger's mic, this might make sense if you consider upgrading your audio. I did not process, EQ or compress the audio. I just normalized it for comparison. As a third option, you hear now the Rode Wireless Go 1st Gen, which for some of you might also be an option for capturing audio in your recordings. So there's a look at the ECM-B10, which is a pretty decent microphone for run-and-gun and on-camera work. It surely cannot compete with real shotgun microphones like an NTG5 or even an MKH416 that are boomed much closer to your mouth. But in my opinion, sound quality wise and even more from a simplicity and convenience standpoint, this is the best option you can get. It's small, versatile, and with its automatic audio leveling fast and easy to work with. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave those down below, and if you have not yet subscribed, please do that. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.